Welcome to the class catch-up video for QSIS. This is for Managed Audio Networks in August of 2026, and I'm recapping the lesson we did over the last week, where we're starting a design. We're not finishing a design yet. We're starting a design for a small presentation space or conference space, if you will, in a community centre or a library or a corporate space, just somewhere where people can come in and do a very quick a little presentation, a talk, do a history class if they wanted, maybe. This is your mad history, frustrated history professor speaking. And we're going to have some fun doing it. What I started in class is not going to be where we end up. I've done a little bit more work on it, so we're going to have some fun with it. It's going to be a very cool little system. Great. So the first thing we need to do is think about what we want. I want some inputs and I want some outputs. So if I go to my inventory tab over here, I'm going to go to my RO22. I just need 2 of these for the design. Get out of my inventory there. I need the flex in from the core. I need a line out over here. And I actually need another line out. I'm running 4 over here because I want to run top boxes and subs if I can in this space, because one of the inputs will be for a laptop PC, but it will also be for any external device. So a musical act could come in with their own mixer and plug into the system, open it up and be there, which would be very cool. We're going to run this based around a mixer that we're going to do within QSIS. So I type mixer in my search bar, come up with the matrix mixer, which is right there. It's an 8x8 at the moment. We don't need 8x8. I need 8 inputs, but I don't need 8 outputs. I just need 2 because it's a stereo feed from the mixer. But if I want to split into top and sub boxes, I need another component in there, and that component is a crossover. So if I just type cross, I get my crossover, which I'm going to put up here. The crossover at the moment is not really suited to what we want to do. We want to split into 2 sets of boxes. It's currently splitting mono into 3 bands. We don't really want that. So we're going to make it a 2-way crossover. And we're going to turn it into a stereo. Wonderful. Now I can just go ahead and hook these together for the purposes of what we're doing next. So all our 8 inputs into the mixer, our stereo out into the crossover, and our crossover splitting into high and low boxes, as you can see over here. So while we're here, we know that we have high and low boxes. Let us start with a little text box. Let's type, whoops, text box. This time for sure. Great. Top boxes. Cool. I like to put a little stroke around that so it's got a border. I like to copy and paste. So, copy, paste. Just flip that to sub. Great. All right, let's open up our mixer. Mixer's there. Now, of course, we want to label all these so that we know what we're doing. I like to label everything to begin with so we know what we are dealing with. The only way to label anything in a mixer is to emulate. As you can see, all the faders snap up to 0 dB, which is lovely. Let's start our labeling. I'll put the caps lock on. So this is PA left and PA right, which is good. This will be for radio mic 1, RF1, radio mic 2 down here, this label. I've got the HDMI or vision feed left there. HDMI right. Here we want laptop / external left. LP / external right. Left. And we're going to put BGM left. BGM right. Okay, that's good. So all of our inputs are labeled, our outputs are labeled, and our channels are all open. However, at the moment, this mixer will still not make any sound whatsoever because it's all about the matrix up here. So let's start by clicking in there, hitting error 0 and putting 0. Now, because they're mics, I want them in both speakers, so I'm going to put both sides to 0 dB. Okay, that's great. Now, because these are left and right, so I'm just going to apply left and right, left and right, left and right. Okay, so all of our stuff will now play through a mixer, but at the moment, it will all play through the mixer. So let's mute everything to start with and be safe. And we're in open state. All right, fabulous. Our mixer is now set up and ready to go and ready to implement what we needed to implement. And we have our mute states up. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is start thinking about some presets. I need to stop emulating. We want presets for the mixer to change state for the different presentation modes, if you will. So the first thing I'm going to do is select my mixer, go to snapshots, and create new snapshot bank from selection. The mixer is selected, so this will be a snapshot bank for the mixer only. And it says that mixer 8x2. Here's our component. Bring that out here. Put that a little way away from it. Excuse me, it has a snapshot count of 8, which is perfect. We're just going to label it at the moment. Mixer state, if you will. So now we know what this snapshot bank is for. And if I open it up, you'll see we have our 8 snapshots. And I'm going to open up the mixer as well, so I can see what I'm doing. So here's my banks, and here's my mixer. Let's emulate. So at the moment, everything's muted. I do want a silence preset. I'm going to put that in bank 8. BGM only is nice. So I'm going to put that in 7. PC external, so just a PC playing something or an external act coming in with their own hardware. That's 6. We want to just watch a movie in the space. We go to 5. Great. Now I'm going to start working at the other end by opening up this and saving as 1. I'm going to open up both mics and save that as 2. I'm going to open up the PC and 1 mic and save that as 3. The PC and 2 mics and save that as 4. Okay. So now let's see what we've got. If I load 1, just that mic is open. If I load 2, it's both mics. If I load 3, it's a presentation with 1 mic and the PC, both mics and the PC. That's just for a movie. That's just for an external or the PC itself. That's for BGM on its own, and that's for silence. Okay, this is going rather well. Let's stop emulating, or we can. Should not batch my mouse into my desktop. Wonderful. Okay, so everything's basically working. Now I'd like to set up a situation where I can trigger the snapshot state and have the snapshot state trigger something else. This is really an exercise in doing it. We can just use these as the preset buttons in our UCI, but I'd like to just expand what we can do. So I'm going to go to my control pins now on the snapshot mixer state, and I'm going to open up the load pins. And I want all 8 load pins displayed. So what we're doing here is we're opening up control pins to regulate this preset bank. I can get something to trigger those loads, and once those loads are in place, I can get them to trigger something else, which is a lovely way of being. And what I'd like to have, if I can, there go the birds, I look for custom controls. Custom controls are one of my favorite components in QSys. I really, really like custom controls. They're fantastic. I actually want to have two of these if I can, please. Because I'm going to do something a little wacky here. Custom controls can be whatever you want them to be within a limit. But if you just load them up, they're nothing. There's no type. So if I open that up, nothing actually happens. There's nothing there. But if I set this to be a button, for example, and I like trigger buttons because we're going to trigger a state. So there's trigger, and I want 8 of them, which is nice. I have 8. I can line them up. Over here, I like to indicate when things are on. I really like that. I like LEDs, and I want 8 of them as well, please. Wonderful. And let's line these up so they're where they want to be. Good. Now I should be able to just hook these straight into there and hook these straight into there. Good. Now if I bring up my custom controls, I have a bunch of buttons, which is nice. If I bring up these, I have a bunch of LEDs, which are also nice. I also have my snapshot back down here. Let's see if this all works. Let's open up our mixer as well. See what we have working. So if I emulate now, and we hit button 1, mixer state changes, that loads up and the LED indicates. 2, the same thing. We're loading 2, the LED goes off, and that's the second preset that we saved. 3, same deal. It's doing exactly what we want it to do. It's really kind of groovy. Wonderful. So we've made it work exactly as we intended. This is great. Okay, just going to get rid of these for a minute. Cool. Now I like to have things where I can see them on in the design space as well. I don't like just having the boxes there. I like to be able to see what's going on in my design from the design page. We're going to start with that now. Here's my buttons. Just going to grab all these buttons. I'm going to pull them out onto the design space. They stay in the component, obviously. And now I'm going to right click and stack these. Now I have a bunch of buttons next to my custom controls, which will do the same thing. Now I'm going to grab these LEDs, pull them out, and I'm going to stack them by right clicking, stacking. Now I have my LEDs as well. Let's just check one more time. We're going to check it with just the mixer state to see if it's doing what it's supposed to do. Emulate one more time. And there are our states. Exactly as we saved it. And as they should be. Rolling through. So now I have LED indicators, trigger buttons, and the mixer states we want. This is a very, very good start. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.